sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Lions and the Bengals, and it's all up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The numbers for Brown from a week ago: 21 carries, 85 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Burrow looking to pass. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The numbers for Gibbs from last week: 18 carries, 129 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And that one to the right side and incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. And right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
With that lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
3rd down and 10. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Goff. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now 2nd and 3. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd down and 3. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. An inside give, Brown. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll take it at the 42. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Goff. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Goff. That is caught by Laporta. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second. Burrow will throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. This is Brown going up the middle. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. The Bengals at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. On the ground, it's the rookie from Texas Tech. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You talk about this Lions defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Lions' 32-yard line.
Burrow on play action. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Derek Barnes just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now back to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Evan McPherson on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
From the gun on third down, Goff. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Here's Jones. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
At their own 36-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Jahmyr Gibbs in the Lions offense getting set once again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, You've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals.
2nd and 10.
Here's Goff. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Now Goff. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Here's Burrow. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
Now it's Burrow.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this 1st half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
This is taken at the 15. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Counter play, here's Gibbs.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll let this go deep for St. Brown.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
71 yards.
And the Lions add 6 to their lead.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
From the gun, a give to Brown.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. Strong running at the 30.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set to go once more.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Able to fight through one tackle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Goff.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Out of the gun, Goff.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Goff now looks to throw.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Goff now looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's right. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Lions are able to widen their advantage.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bengals offense returns to the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
That is caught. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Brown trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
2nd and goal from the 1. Burrow looking to pass. Buying time, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Burrow.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it makes the score 21-10.
A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Derrick Henry, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium, and it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. The Dolphins get back above 500 as they move to 3-2 with the victory. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And that one, compelling, as evidenced by that scoreline. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
From the 31, here's a second down and 6.
Now Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now it's Goff.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Jones. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return.
And they will take over first and 10. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he fires one incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. Look at the spin. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Once again, it's Brooks.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move.
Here's second and 3.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Got him in. It's Brown. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21.
That's another Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now it's Burrow. A quick throw, but incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Trying for it with P-Ryan.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance, but in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Burrow now off the bootleg. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Third and goal, Burrow. And that is incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a fourth down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get sixes instead of threes.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Gone.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Goff. Staying on his feet. Incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
To throw is Goff.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Goff throwing again. There goes a deep ball. End zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Good coverage there by Jordan Battle.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. Burrow will throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Open man is Yoshivas.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. They will toss to Brown, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, I have to think that the wheels are really spinning in their play caller's mind now. They had a little setback there on first down. They'll have 3 more shots if that's what it takes, because they've got to take field goals out of their thought process.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Drew Sample, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have cut the lead back down to 2.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here.
The Bengals will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
Throws right side, and he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So out now come the Lions.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
In motion goes the tight end.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has now been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
Now a 2nd and 2. He's got right on the short throw.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down is right.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
From the 38 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
Back to throw. Goff.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Goff now to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Oh, no, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
If they get nothing else here on 3rd down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Bates' kick is good.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And out now, here come the Bengals.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Now it's Burrow.
This one complete to Yoshivas.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. The tight end in motion right. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This pass complete to Higgins. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
3rd and 10.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
3rd down and 1.
Goff now looks to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Jones on the return. Gets around him.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Here's Burrow. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Burrow looking to pass.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And Burrow going to throw again.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Play action. It's Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work.
The Lions' offense ready to kick off their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
In motion, the tight end. Now it's gone. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jones. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Now it's Burrow.
Pass complete to Higgins.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will go out of bounds, so they will lose yards on the play. And on 4th down, of course, it'll be a turnover on downs. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
2nd and 5. On the give, here's Gibbs.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Bates' kick is good.
And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
So Burrow and the Bengals
down 27-21, less than 90 seconds to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down.
Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing, Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good for the Bengals. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Burrow. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they get him to the ground at the Lions' 26.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Bengals 1st down.
And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
That's another Cincinnati Bengals.
And there's the spike. It stops the clock at 22 seconds remaining.
Here now, 2nd and goal. To throw, Burrow. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Lions looking like they're going to come away with a victory. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for the Lions, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.